Hi everybody, woo! Welcome to Axion Token channel. Well, we're going to be covering Warp in full. This whole live show is going to be all about Warp. Exciting. So 3 stages of the launch have been had. The original launch, people could bond and stake on planet Earth. Of course, opened up the Warp factory to make your spaceships. And then thirdly, to travel to open up Proxima B, the first planet outside of Earth, of course. And now people are mining over there. So we're going to get into all that during the live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to post the chat link. If you want to come in and have a chat about your strategy, let us know. And, of course, we'll do that too. It's going to be pretty cool. Let me just paste the copy link there, and you can get in on that. It's going to open up the Discord. Discord there. Open that link up. So it sounds like my audio is going pretty nicely there. There's a poll also. Don't forget to get in the poll. The poll is what planet APY strategy are you playing on Warp? Staking on planet Earth, APY. Staking on planet Proxima B, APY. And transit to Proxima B. In other words, your ship is flying from Earth to there, or trying to get a ship for Proxima B. So you're trying to get parts and the ship together to make it happen. Let us know what you're doing there. Very cool. So we're just going to get into some of the chat channels here and post the link there. So invite link. This is if you want to join live. And paste that in. Bam. All right. So get onto that, folks. Obviously, we're going to keep it family level, of course. Keep it family level. And we'll get on to that. We'll also put that in the Axion chat as well. And invite for live. So if you want to get in onto that, do that, folks. Pretty cool. You come into the green room. And I'll see you in the green room there, and we'll have get you on the show on live. So it's going to be pretty fun, folks. Fun times for sure. All right, so I think I've got all the links out. We're going to put it in the chat as well. If you want to jump in, there is the link. And, of course, it is a family show. Just remember that. That's the only rule. Family show rules. That's pretty much it. All right, so Oblio Stone's in the house. Hey, Oblio, good to see you. Warp special. I've changed all the colors for Warp, so it's all purple today rather than blue for Axion. So I hope you like that. That purple looks pretty strong. So nice. We're going to get into a lot of that, folks. So jump over to the Warp chat there and get into that. So here we are. So look at these ships. Are cool. These are the ships in the fleet at the moment. Of course, the Shuttle, the Dragonfly, the Hercules, the Horizon, the Javelin, the Viper, the Starhammer, the Omen, and a Vanguard and the Pearl. And, of course, they all have different mint rarities. They're all NFT ships, non-fungible tokens. So pretty cool. It's basically a game mixed with finance and, of course, GameFi. That's just the way it is at the moment. So looking very cool. Once again, you can always join into the green room, and I'll bring you in on the live. We'll chat about your strategy. Maybe you got some thoughts about what you're doing. We're going to get into that. So very cool. So these are some of the ships, of course. Let's jump over to the main platform. We're going to talk about the Warp price later. But here we are. We've got a blank sheet here. If you basically connect your wallet up on the Polygon is the network that this game has been played on, or this investment. You do get invested. So nice. And everyone's chasing the APY, the annual percentage yield, trying to get the higher return, basically. That is the way it's going at the moment. So it looks like we've had a bit of a little bounce in the Warp price too, just while we went live. So the price of Warp, it seems to have jumped up as well. So that's pretty cool. Hey, we got Crypto Casino in the house. Hey, Crypto CC, good to see you in the chat. Well, CC, you've got a couple of ships, so you should be coming on talking about your ship strategy, your mining strategy with the planets. Let's go. If you're out there, folks, you want to get in and just talk, you don't have to show your face. You can keep it private. Just get on and have a chat. We'll love that, of course. We want to get this interactive. It's going to be pretty cool. So feel free to jump into the green room, folks, and get on, and we'll have a chat about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so we've got the dashboard at the moment, and we're just scrolling at the top here. So we've got the market price of Warp, $533.77. We will talk about that soon. But let's get into the main event straight away. We're going to go to the map and check out what's open. So Proxima B is open. Let's go back to the announcements about Proxima B. This is in the Warp chat. So we're going to go up the top here. So we've made contact. So this was 10 o'clock this morning. This is about 11 hours ago approximately. And, of course, captains, we've made contact with a Horizon-class starship. So that's gone out into space to find a new planet to go and mine. Of course, captains, it's very exciting. The team is excited to report that the grounds of Proxima B is suitable for mining, and it is showing a pretty juicy APY. So that was pretty exciting. I think it was pretty massive too when it started off. Obviously, as people get to that planet and then they stake, the APY comes down. Travel safe, comrades, and let's get mining. They only got the comrades in there, but hey, they're getting mining as well. So nice one there. a bit of slipping and a bit of communism or socialism in there. But there we are. Before that, of course, we had a grading captain, the Horizon class ship that was dispatched to Proxima B has also returned with the coordinates of our for our navigation system. We expect the coordinates to be downloaded into your Warp Starship navigation interface within 2 to 3 hours. So I thought that was pretty cool. Proxima B unlocks, you'll be able to send your fueled starships to the next planet to take advantage of the brand new staking pool it offers. So that's pretty cool. An important tip, however, and this is pretty interesting. We did cover this the other day when we were talking about the Warp Starships. A starship will consume the entire amount of fuel in its tanks in one jump. So if you would like to get to the next planet faster, you can fuel it up with more fuel. The travel duration estimate is the fuel center and on the map. So the travel duration estimate is on the fuel is in the fuel center and on the map. Okay, more fuel equals faster travel. That's basically the bottom line. The more fuel, faster travel. But if you want to conserve the fuel in your fuel cells, don't fuel up your entire ship. So interesting stuff, strategy there going on with the fuel. So that was the big news, of course. I want to walk through on how the map works. You can watch the video, and that's, I think, done by Joel. So very, very cool. See you, captains, on Proxima B. So that was the first announcement. Then, of course, the planet was opened up. Very nice. So this is Proxima B, folks. Looking pretty cool. Planet new alert. So very nice. And here's the captains. Looks pretty spacey too. So I like that. Nice artwork as usual. So that's where we led to, and that's here we got here now. So we got Proxima B. So if you've got a ship in your hangar, so you've come to your ships and you've got all the ship's parts, and you can go to the build a starship, and of course build your ship with the parts there. You will need these parts to do that, and then of course you can manage your starships in here, and you can go to the fuel center here and fuel up your ships and stuff like that. So pretty cool. We're going to jump to the map, and of course most people are mining on Earth at the moment, and the APY on Earth at the moment is 6,935%. Of course, that's the total APY. What you actually get, you get an APY every 8 hours, and that's called an index on this in this game. It's called an index 8 hours period. And the shocks tip there. There's starships docked on Earth at the moment, 427. Now I'm pretty sure there were over 600 before, so 427 there now. So a lot of ships have left Earth from the looks of it. Next rebase, 3 hours and 53 minutes, and of course that's what we call the base index base there. Total value locked there at the moment, $309,000. So $309,000 is locked in at the moment, and that's the Earth. So if you wanted to actually go to another planet, which is the first planet just open now, Proxima B, then you would then select this one, and then you just have to select the starship here. And if you had one here, there's just a test wallet, and then you'll be able to select your nation and go. Once you've done that, of course, you'll be on the dashboard, and your ship would be flying between Earth and Proxima B. It would show up here as your starship status in transit, meaning in between the two planets. So very, very cool on that. Crypto Casino says, at work on phone, mate, next time for sure. Says CC, hey, that's all good. Hope you're enjoying yourself there. What day is it? So it's just Monday now. So nice. Let us check over. So that's what you're going to do. A lot of people are staking on the planet here. And of course, Proxima B at the moment, 567,000%. And of course, that started up a really large, in the billions, I believe. But it comes down pretty quick. So 567% is the APY versus Earth, which is just under 7,000. So you can see why a lot of the ships are racing over there for sure. So very, very cool. The APY, 567,000%. Total value locked there already is 326,000 US dollars. That's getting pretty close to Earth, actually. TVL 309. What happened there? That was a big change. That's interesting change there. That was different from the last map there. Anyway, so yeah, on Earth, it's 309,000 locked there, and the index is 122. So that's when every 8 hours gets rebased. It's 3 hours and 51 minutes to go. 427 ships docked there. The return on investment for a 5-day rate is 6%. That's the bottom line that you're after. And of course, every 8 hours, you're going to get 0.38% as your net reward. So in 3 hours and 51 minutes, these people will get this reward. This is the bottom line that you're after. So when you stake warp, that's what you're trying to chase down. All right, so that's the APY on Earth. So on Proxima B, it's 565,000%. Keeps changing around quite a bit. The total value locked is 326,000. And how would that compare? So that actually the APY, the actual amount of people staking at the moment is bigger than Earth now. So that's flipped around. So that's pretty interesting. The index on there is 1.01. So interesting. There's a new index. That's pretty cool. And of course, they've already had, from the looks of it, one cycle of payment already. So some of the fast ships, the very powerful ships that got there early, would have already received a payment already. And the second index is going, so every 8 hours is an index. So it will go 1.01, 1.02, 1.03, etc. Earth is already up to 122, which means there's been 22 8-hour periods. That's pretty much the way that works. Okay, so it's 3 hours and 50 minutes to go. What else we got going? 249 ships are docked or traveling to Proxima B. So there's still a lot of ships to get there. What else we got going? The return on investment is 12.53%. That's quite a bit better than Earth. Earth is 6%. So that's twice as high on the APY and just over twice as high. And the next reward payment yield is 0.79%. So 0.79 compared to Earth is 0.38. So yeah, so pretty much over twice, isn't it? So pretty good. So that's why people are traveling there to get that higher warp yield. Very, very cool. Now there's going to be 5 planets altogether. And of course, Proxima B was the first one to open up. So that really means that warp is fully operational now. There'll be new planets added, new partnerships, of course, and of course, ship battles are coming up as well. So the ship battles will be pretty exciting for sure. Oblio says, will Earth's APY start to climb high again or not? That's it down. Will it stay? Yeah, I was under understanding that Earth's APY would start to rise, but it hasn't risen. And then T-Dally got in and said, well, it probably won't because the resources get run down. So that's an interesting factor there. Jonathan Kapala's in the house. Superman is the real one, period. Hey, Jonathan, appreciate that. Lots of love out to you. And CC says it has gone up a little bit since last night. Yeah, so it's definitely gone up, but it's not gone up as high as it would have been because there's still quite a lot of TVL locked there. That's actually still pretty high at 309. So as that gets unlocked, the API would go up. And, of course, that would impact your return on investment here. This is the bottom line. This is what you're actually getting paid down the bottom here. So just take that into account. Oblio says, yeah, I saw that, CC, but I should have made myself a bit clearer. I was talking about it getting back up to 50,000%, for example. Will it stay around 5 to 15? I think it's really a subject of this TVL, I think. And I think that the planet has run down more resources, as T-Dally said earlier. So we'll definitely get into that. I think we've got a couple of comments in here. Let me just go to the general. We might be able to pull some of that up. Someone in a Telegram group needs tech support. So there we are. All right, we're going to jump up the top here somewhere. I think there was some good questions going on as well. Let me just jump up. That's a pretty nice looking ship. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, so we're just jumping up. There's some names going on there. That's a pretty cool ship. Look at that. That's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I get distracted with the ships there. What have we got? Yeah, I saw it last night. I expected to go, if the TVL gets lower, then it should go up a bit, but I think it is. I think the planet itself has run down resources to a big degree. Not sure myself, says CC. Hi, Superman, says John Atkins. Hey, John Atkins, good to see you. CC and everyone, very, very cool. Always a pleasure to see all the members in the chat. And Cryptic Singh says, morning, John. Prana says, hi, guys. Hey, Prana. I see you. Prana's been pretty active in the chat here. And so is Alex, our head moderator, been in there too. So it's good to see the chat, Axie and Token channel moderators in the chat there. Now I was going to go to T-Dally. I've just got to find out where the list. So it's call me Dells. Let me just look for that. Call me Dells. I was just going to try and look at see whether they've got that up there. So I actually put the question. Let's have a look here. Now here, Prana asked, are you trying to say Earth will eventually be depleted? And I think that was based on the previous one. No, I'm saying that you shouldn't expect Earth to have super high APY. That's kind of the answer there on that one there. And then, of course, why did Prana ask, why did Earth drop back down to 5K? It climbed to 20K APY, so an hour ago. Earth is running out of materials, bro. So Earth is running out of materials, so definitely seems like the APY will be limited, but it would definitely go up if people unstaked and their TVL went down. That should probably rise. So I think you're probably right in your range there, Prana. Cryptic Casino says, morning, Prana. I didn't know Flying Alex was our Alex. Yeah, Flying Alex is our Alex there, Prana. That's right. So cool. And just to let you know, Ruckus 3000 is Prana. It's woo-hoo-hoo, rocking the DMV. So nice. Dun, 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 dun. All right, enough dancing and singing. But there we are. So that's what's going on there. And it's really exciting to have a second planet, and the game is in full play now. That's what's really exciting to see that. I switched to Polygon network. Really? Am I not on a Polygon network? So that's pretty cool. Once again, let's have a look at some of the key metrics here. The price just jumped up to 333 because that was actually down just before I started the live stream at about $510. So we're going to come back to the platform, but let's go back and see what's happened here. We've had some big buy going on. Yeah, look at that. So that was actually down to $5.10, and then someone's just bought up a chunk load of warp. So that looks like that's happened. Let's have a look down here on the network there. Wow. Someone bought 33 warp at $17,500. Wow. Okay, that's pretty massive here. So a big. Oh, let's see what they've got on the chain there. What have they got there? Oh, they've got the warp token. So that's pretty big. I can't see much else there, but that's a pretty major buy. That was a huge buy there. 5.64 ETH. That's a pretty decent one there. So yeah, pretty wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we're getting quite a bit of selling there for a while. We get someone sold 15.6 warp. I didn't even know people had that much warp, to be honest, in there. But they staked that. Must have had it staked. So it's just the stuff coming out of stakes, is my guess. But wow, that was a big buy. So the candles just moved back up because we had actually had a big jump here too. We had volume 76,000, and of course that rocketed up to 558. That's only in the last few hours too, folks. So we did get that. We have had that second rally. We were talking about that when the planet opened up, that we'd probably get a second rally. I think CC and I were talking about that, so that's pretty huge. And yeah, let's have a look at the 24-hour in here. We'll get full screen now, and let's do the old ruler just quickly while we look at this price. So we're in hour 20. We're going to go back to hour 20 here. We were down at $460 for a warp, and of course we actually went down as low as what do we get down to 450, which is pretty low on that. And then of course now, then we jumped all the way up to 557. So basically about $107 there, and now we're still up at 536. So we're still up about 16% there at the moment. So it's pretty good. We were expecting this to happen, I guess, when it happened. So nice. But that's a pretty good volume in this bouncing hour here, and we had another volume there too. So very cool. All right, some positive things there. Let's have a look at the daily on this price chart. Let's check that out. Here is our price chart. Obviously, warp's only been around for a few days. Big rally on the opening, and of course, and what day we're on? Day number 11. Day number 11 on the price chart, and we've got a nice green candle. And this is our second price rally. Be interesting now that the game's fully operation. People can buy ships, buy parts, put ships together, and go and hunt that APY yield. It'll be interesting to see what the planet releases as well, because there's obviously going to be 3 more planets, and also in a week or two, I understand there's also going to be ship battles as well. So 2 really cool game sides of the decentralized finance. So looking good. All right, we'll jump away from that, and let's go back quickly. We've got $1.2 million in liquidity. That's really solid. And, of course, daily volume, 163,000. That's pretty good too. What else we got going? And that's actually quite a bit of a jump over the last probably 8-9 days. And pooled DAI, 602,000 DAI in there as well. So pretty cool. Market cap, 1.7 million at the moment. And pooled warp, 1,118. So looking too big, looking pretty good. Circulating supply 3,238 warp, and 1 ETH will buy you 5.8 warp at the moment. So some pretty cool headline measures there. Let's jump back to the warp bomb, and don't forget, feel free, of course, to jump in if you want to get onto the live show and let us know about what you're doing with your strategy. Get into the chat there, and I'll bring you in from the green room. Prana says these are about 8 partners that haven't got their ships yet. I'm in that bunch. I'm grounded. Oh, Prana, I thought that you might be a perfect person to get in, talk about your strategies there with your ship, but you got to wait. Cool. I thought you might have won an Axiom ship, but you actually won some other partnership, didn't you? The giveaway partnerships. That's right. So we'll talk about that too. Proxima B was discovered with 10 billion % APY, but quickly went down on the first rebase. Yeah, because obviously people stake, and the more TVL in there will start going down for sustainability. Yeah. So 10 billion, folks, pretty neat. All right, so let's jump over to where was I going? I was going to somewhere here. Let me just go back up here. Yes, right. We're going to announcements again, and don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, of course. and hit the bell for more videos for sure. Let's go for gold and let us jump into the announcements. I'm just going to go back to the ships. I'm going to hide the people side there, and we're going to go back up here because Prana raised a really good thing here with the ships. So we're just going to scroll back up here. Pretty sure they were up here somewhere. Let us scroll back up. Where else we're going up here? So I think it was up here that you're talking about, Prana. We're going to scroll up. Lots of stuff happening. So yeah, Starship battles are coming to Warp Season 1. So that's going to be really cool. Man the battle stations, divert all power to forward shields because Starship battles are coming to Season 1. The team has been hard at work in developing Season 2 content. And after an internal discussion this morning, we decided to accelerate the launch of Starship battles into Season 1. So that's a really great result and a good, cool announcement. This will come in the form of a mid-season update happening around between the season release of Planet 3 and 4. Okay, so 3 and 4 coming, and of course it's going to be between that. Nice. This means that the strength component of your ship will come into play during Season 1. While we know there will be lots of questions about NFT Starship battles and how the functionality works, fear not, another navigative video will be released that showcases how you can optionally enable Starship battles. That's cool. How bid your ship Starship in a battle, how to win awards, and how you can rank on the top of the weekly leaderboard. That's fantastic. So it's going to be really cool gamification with the leaderboard. I love these kind of things with special awards and bonuses sent out to winners. Nice. A couple of notes to appease your curiosity. Weaker starships will be able to engage in more powerful starships, but more powerful starships will not be able to engage in smaller, weaker ships. That being said, your odds of winning die and other special bonuses go up dramatically when you have a strong ship. So if you're interested in having a more powerful ship, now's the time to acquire the parts you need through your bonding or buying an OpenSea. And that may reflect what we saw just on the chart there. We saw this big buy coming in on the hourly. Maybe they are thinking, I've got to get myself a pretty powerful ship, and I'm going to start competing on that basis. So that was part of the incentive. That's what makes the game work when you have these kind of incentives. Very, very exciting. And of course, it basically is investing and gaming at the same time. It is pretty fun from that point of view. That's why your strategy matters quite a lot over time. And you want to play kind of an over time average strategy. Pretty cool. Now it's time to invest. So also Starship battles won't cost fuel and will be accessible from any planet. That's really cool. So you'll be able to follow the planetary gold rush in your ships as well as battle each other for rewards, all while you own your unique Warp NFT Starship. With the mid-season update to the two primary attributes of each ship, strength and speed will come into play together, making every starship fully flushed out. With Season 2, bring in community factions. Community factions, that's crazy cool. Planets and moons as well, cool. And special destination planets. Warp ecosystem will continue to expand into galactic proportions. Stay tuned. And we've got some nice little images there. Nice. I love all these explosions. It's going to be pretty fascinating to see how they play that out. So some nice stuff there. Got to show that some love there. Cool. So very cool. And what else? There's something else I want to look at, which was the awards. So I'm going to scroll up here. I don't think I've gone too far past it, or maybe I have gone past it. So we'll find that. Is it really this far up? I didn't think it was this far up. No, it's too far. I've gone too far up, folks. So we're going to have to scroll down. I don't think it's that far up where I went to. Here we are. Here's what I wanted to find out. So this is what Prana's talking about with the winning the ships. So content winners have begun getting their ships. We've sent out the following ships so far to the Axiom community, the Galactic Gang community, Godjera official team, the Luxie official team, Matic News, Olympian community, Polypunks community, QDAO community, Enter the Dragon, Polydodge community, Polygon, and Tomb Finance community. We still have 8 more communities, which is, I guess, that's your one, Prana. You're waiting for that to play out, and you'll get your ship. So please be patient as we finish the rest of these ships, as these are one of 1,000, 100% unique. Okay, so they're all unique and created one for one from the man himself, Joel. Hey, so if they're unique, that means that they're going to be probably quite valuable by themselves, Prana. So it looks like you might have double won there. Not that you did win the prize, but you're going to get a unique ship, which is going to have added value to it. That's pretty exciting, Prana. Look forward to that one for sure, based on what that says. So nice. So those are some of the highlights, folks. We got more the competition ships coming out. There's going to be ship battles coming early between around Planet 2 and 3. And of course, that's going to open up both all the strengths of your ships. The strength and the speeds are going to be relevant for you going to planets to get high APY and to, of course, to battle other ships and potentially win all sorts of rewards and the leadership board. Pretty cool. I like all the gamification there. Pretty exciting. And of course, looking good. I think I was going to say something else, but I just can't remember what it was. So very nice on that. And let's have a look at some of the highlights here as well as we go. I do like how the map works, by the way. I love how you got this and you just put the planet in the middle of the map. I think it's quite a neat little cool thing like that. So it's pretty cool. What's the APY? So APY on Proxima B is already fallen to 500,000. So that's interesting. We've probably got more TVL locked in there as well. I guess that's TVL 331,000. Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. The other thing, of course, is the bonds. We're going to go back up to the dashboard and check out the total number. Prana says, yeah, mine is from Las Vegas Inferno esports team. Oh, nice one, Prana. I think that could be worth a lot, that ship. That's a pretty good win there for sure. Nice one. All right, so basically, let's go down through the highlights here. The market price jumped to 533. We saw that on this just hourly candle. That was pretty neat. So someone big investor just came in, folks. 17,000K. So it's pretty decent and looking good there. So the price just jumped up. We could actually probably start to see a price rally. We'll look forward to this with all these features opening up. It looks like we could get back into an uptrend. Look, could be pretty nice. So the market cap of 1.7 million, circulating supply 1,201 warp. Total supply of warp is 3,240. The burn at the moment is 75.37 warp. The treasury balance is $1.7 million US. And this is the OHM the OHM feature. And of course, this treasury provides the financial support. Typically, OHM projects the price gets speculated up. So be interesting to see that play out. We typically do get a second wave, so we were looking for that as well. Total value locked in the staking is 641,000. So that includes both planets. Let me guess. That's in both planets. Sorry, mucking around here. Got to get in the place. That's both Earth plus Proxima B is the total value there. And that 641,000 is basically staking. The index is on Earth is 122. So that's interesting. The current index, I guess they're going to keep that one as the default. That is Earth's index because Proxima B is only indexes at 1.01. In other words, only had 1 8-hour reward period paid out. Backing per warp is $1,412. So I believe that is the treasury divided by the circulating supply. That gives us that number. If you actually divide the treasury by this total supply, that would give you a lower one. Let me just pull it out on the calculator and just put that number in there. So 1,700, 123, so 1.7 million divided by the total supply of warp 3240. That would give a underlying price of warp of 524, and that's actually pretty close to what the warp price is now, 536. So interesting stuff. I do think there's a good argument for circulating supply as well, which is the default number here, the default backing. So that's not a bad argument since the rest of it's locked up. So circulating supply is the only one walking around, but total supply is probably better ultimately. They'd put it at 524, so it's going to be interesting to watch that metric too. Starships built 676 starships. That really has jumped up quite a lot. The last time I looked at it, I think it was at 201 or something. So that's really jumped up 676. Parts remaining 28,183. Remember, it starts off at 30,000. This excludes fuel. So this is really just the key parts there. So if we go to the hangar, this is really the hull, the bridge, and the engine is 30,000 parts of that, which is 10,000 ships. And a fuel cells, you can get as many of those as you want. They're kind of unlimited, so cool. So that's the fuel parts there. What else we got going? The APY for Earth, of course, 6,932%, and Proxima B has just fallen under 500,000 APY as more people stake on that planet. You got to reach that planet first. You got to get your ship there, and of course, depending on how fast your ship is, it might take you 24 hours. It might be longer. It might take you 12 hours. It might take you 8 hours. Just depends on how powerful your ship is. And of course, that does aid in a bit in terms of getting a lot of those 8-hour payouts. So pretty nice on there. Very cool. All right. So if you were actually in this game, of course, your details would be here. Your starships would be here. Your parts that you had would be here, a number of parts, and of course your fuel cells here. Your staked warp would be here. Your bonded warp would be here. So that's warp that you've purchased at a discount to market, but it takes 5 days to get dripped to you. Gets dripped to you, but you can claim it in real time as it gets dripped to you. And of course, you get pretty decent discounts for that. And of course, your liquid warp, maybe warp that you've made through the APY returns or that you've bought on the market. That's either way that you've done there. The total warp is at the bottom here, and of course the current market value of that warp is here too. So that would be your warp, total warp times the market price here. Would give you your warp value. So that's pretty much that. And if you've got a ship traveling between planets, that will be here. So it's going to be interesting to see whether we get an upgrade, and I expect an upgrade for the battles. I guess if there's ship-to-ship battles, we probably will see a UI upgrade or maybe another tab on the left here for the battles. It's not obvious to me where those will be, so I guess that's going to be new user interface to see the battles happen. We've got the crate bonds, of course, is where you invest and get some ship parts. If you do $250 or more, you can get a ship part. Obviously, the more that you bond, you get a more powerful ship part, and that's going to be really important for battles. And obviously, if you get and also for traveling speed. So some people might bond $2,000 for a part rather than just the minimum, which is $250 to get a part. And of course, if you do less than $250, you still get a discount to market for your warp, but you basically don't get any parts. So that's why it's called qualifying bond for the part and the part strength there. So interesting stuff. I'm not even sure. Let's look here if I got that. Let me just flip over to Polygon mainnet and refresh. That's refreshing the data. Let me refresh this and just get this updated. Prana says, I want to hear the other guys come on the mic. Yeah, that'd be cool, eh, Prana? Yeah, would be nice. Yeah, so I have put the invitation out on the chat in case people want to come out and talk about their strategy. So let me know if you want to talk about what you're doing in the game strategy. Do come on the live. You don't have to show your face. You can just do an audio. We can do that for sure. So just let me know and come into the green room. Really is an open invitation to you to come on if you're playing this warp race at the moment, like to get APY. What we'd like to hear about your strips and maybe strategies. You can keep it all anonymous, of course, and get onto that. All right, so there we are at the moment. So cool. So at the moment, you can, on the Warp Die LP, you can get a discount, a 9%. That's dropped. That was 15% before. And, of course, this was a 9% discount, now 6% discount. Very interesting. So discount to market is less. And, of course, those have just dropped down too. So a 9% warp, that would be $489 that you'd get your warp for. Of course, you are not going to get, you don't get the die back at the end. You are actually basically buying at a discount from the market. So that die is actually going into the treasury. And of course, you will get warp in return. So just make sure that's very clear. You don't put die in here and then get that die back after 5 days, but you get your warp paid out to you over 5 days. That gets stripped to you. You can claim it. And you can go then to stake it, and you can stake it there as well. But you can also basically claim it and stake it automatically from the bonds. Your bonds would show up here, and that's where you'll be able to claim or stake it. And of course, you can also add the liquidity here for the die warp if you want to get the higher discount, market discount. The hangar, of course, is going to have all your parts in here. And of course, you can manage your starships here. Pulled starships with the starship factory there. And of course, get some fuel cells here into the fuel cell. Out of fuel, got to go get some fuel. So you must have at least available fuel cell with at least one fuel point available in order to refuel. You can earn fuel cells through the bonding or buy them on OpenSea. And of course, that's where we're going to go. Have a look at that. Why not? That's what we say. Crypto Casino says, right, AM here, got to get out and do some work. Catch you later, guys. Take care for now. ACC, enjoy your day. And I hope you had a good coffee too to spur you on the way. Take care, CC. Nice one there. So nice. So, hey, we're up to 16.8 traded so far on a warp. Looking good. Floor price is actually pretty decent, 0.02. What's selling for that at the moment? And that's at the ETH there. 563 owners and 3,400 items. This is on the Warship Star parts. There's also Starship. There's also Warp Starship ships. So take that into account. I thought I actually had that on here. So these are the parts at the moment. What's that? 0.042, and that's selling at the moment. So we've got lots of parts that you can go and try and buy, folks. Let us jump over to. I thought we were going to get to the ships. I'm just going to remember where my ships are. I'm not sure if there's my favorites or where my watch list. Let's go to that. So watch ship warp start. That's what we want to go to. So cool. So it was 1.4 traded on the starships. So if you don't want to do all the parts, you just want to buy the starship straight out of the gate, this is the place to do it on OpenSea. Warp starships, very, very cool. I'll post the link actually in the video description if you want to do that. Definitely cool. John Atkins says, have a good day, CC. Yeah, big shout out there. Nice one, John. And there is the link for the OpenSea if you want to check out what the ships are for sale at the moment. And of course, the cheapest ship will be at the top. You can see the price floor for the cheapest ship is 0.04. Volume trade so far 1.4 Ethereum. There's 374 owners and 676 ships. So this is the cheapest ship here. What's that? 199 is it? Very cool. Diamond Polygon. Let's have a little check and see what this one's powered up. What's it got? So the properties, it's 9% Hercules. That's fairly rare on the ship side. So that's kind of the rare aspect there. The stats, it's got pretty standard specs for the stats. So that's kind of the minimum. But the Hercules is a bit more rare than some of the other ship designs. So we'll go out there. That's not too bad. What's this one here? $200. So we'll have a look at this one. Have a look at the trait here. This is running at 11% Viper, so a bit more common by a fraction there. And of course, what's it got there? Pretty standard setup. Minimum bond amount is 250, so that's got the minimum on there. It's got no fuel cell in it. If you do get one with a fuel cell, that's extra value for you. If you do find one of these ships that have got fuel cells in them, that's a real bonus. We'll check this one out too. We've got a Javelin that's 14%, so far more common than the other two. We have 9% and a 11%. So let's have a look at this. This has got a standard setup, no fuel cell. So that's pretty reasonable. $208. Let's have a look at this one. This is also a Javelin, 14%. And of course, this is 753, so a pretty standard setup too. So that's basically what you're doing when you're looking at these ships, trying to hunt for the good value. And of course, you just never know your luck what you're going to get. Let's have a look at this one here. This is $210. Is that 210? Yeah, $210. This is a Viper. It's got 11% scarcity, so it's kind of slightly scarce compared to the average ship. The stats, it's got the basic setup, no fuel cell. So you're not getting an extra bonus. If you can find a ship with this fuel cell on it, that is a really extra bonus. Now, yesterday we saw a really good value ship. I can't remember how much it was. It's pretty cheap, but it had the fuel cell on it too, which is a bit of a bonus. Let's have a look at this one, 0.0 ETH. So they've got different currencies. Sometimes they might be using Matic or DAI or Ethereum. This is $217. And let's have a look here. So Hercules, 9%, of course, pretty rare. And the stats is... I think it's the second most rarest ship. Maybe it was the third most rarest, because I'm pretty sure the pirate ship is like 5% or 7% or something like that. It's pretty low on the pirate ship. But obviously, as we go down, the ships are going to get more expensive, and then you're also going to want to have a look at their traits to see how powerful they are, whether they got fuel cells and things like that. So here's one here. This is let's have a look. This is a tall ship. This is the rarest one at the moment, at least, out of the main ships. So 5% have this trait. This is the Pearl. Is the rarest ship design out of the general ships. This has slightly stronger hull integrity. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same there. Let's jump back there. So interesting there. So lots of stuff you can get into there. So those are the ships on for sale at the moment. Very, very cool. Let's go back into the general there. So lots of stuff happening. We've obviously got, once again, got the ship battles are coming up. We've got the Proxima B is open. We've got the discounts to market have gone down a bit. So that means it makes that's slightly less. So you're getting slightly less incentive for that. But you can buy warships on the OpenSea or parts on OpenSea. You can also keep bonding and bond up. So if you want a stronger ship for the ship battles, you really need to get parts that are really strong. Get up to $5,000 or 5,000 strength on each part. That would give you your max ship power, 15,000 plus. Then you could fuel up pretty max as well. Pretty cool. John Atkins says, I don't use OpenSea much. I looked for fuel last night, but could not see how much fuel was in a fuel entity. Is there a way to see that? And Prana says, yes, you can see that in the stats tab by the number of points. It said something like 251 to 1996. Yeah, 251 is kind of the basic one. Maybe Superman can show it live. Oblio says you can buy ships that are already staked at Proxima B. Yes, you could. You could do that too, Oblio. That's a really good point, Oblio. So if there's a ship staked at already at Proxima B, you wouldn't have to travel there, use fuel, and that would be perfect. Yes, you can. I'll be a nice one. So that's a good point. I didn't actually point that out, so I'm not actually sure where it would say that. So let me have a look at this Luxy ship here. This is a branded ship. This is a Luxy one. And what's it say? I don't know if this is going to tell me, right, where it's docked at the moment. Let's have a look. It's docked at Earth. So that's where it's docked at Earth, folks, at the moment. So this tells you whether it's docked at a certain planet. So it's docked at Earth. And this one here's got a fuel cell. This one's got a fuel cell. So that's a bonus. It's at $500. Of course, you are paying for that. But it does have, it's 10% Horizon. And it's got, this looks like it's one of the partnerships there with the Luxy on it. So, yeah, cool. All right. So what else we got going? Look at this one. So, like I said, most people are trying to chase down this one's at Earth too. I'm not sure if dock planet Earth. I'm not sure if you can actually we can filter by that. I'm not, just have to double check on the OpenSea whether we can do that. So, status filter. Proxima B. It's going to show us that. Proxima B. I'm not even sure what that doesn't look right to me. Proxima B. No, it's not clear to me that's going to filter properly for that. No. I thought you'd be able to filter that that feature, but maybe you can't. All right, well, it's worth trying. Worth trying. All right, so let's go out here. So yeah, you have to get your fuel cells through bonding or on OpenSea, and I guess you can buy the parts on OpenSea. Let me just go to watch list. We're going to go over to the warp parts, and we're going to scroll down to the fuel here. Pretty sure there was fuel on here. That's the cheapest one. So the cheapest fuel at the moment is $80. Let's have a look. That's the cheapest one to buy, $80 and 25. Stats 258 of 922. So that's a fairly low strength fuel cell there. So I guess you put that in the ship, and it will tell you how far it's going to take you with the rest of your ship components. But yeah, the max is 9,266. That's a pretty strongly bent, bonded fuel cell, that's for sure. John Atkins says, under stats for fuel, I see a strength of 251. So does it mean 251? It does mean 251. So it's actually it's the very minimum. It's basically, if you're going to bond for this and you won this one, they would have done $257 or something like that. And that gives, always seems to be one number higher or something, so 258. Now you could have bonded a number of $9,000 and you would have got $9,000 strength is the way it seems to work. So yeah. All right, cool. Hey, don't forget we've got the poll on at the moment. We've got 6 votes on there. What planet APY strategy are you playing on Warp? Staking on planet Earth APY, staking on planet Proxima B APY, in transit to Proxima B planet, or trying to get a ship for Proxima B. So we've got a bit of everything on there with 6 votes. Nice. 2 votes. 2 people who have got ships in transit. That's pretty cool. And Prana says, yes, John, that is very low fuel cell one year. Okay, thanks. So we were trying to find a bigger one. Let's see if we can find a stronger one there, John, just while we're on here. This one here is 0.02. They're either priced in Matic, DAI, or Ethereum, I believe. So let's go to the stats there. This is 258, so it's still relatively low on the fuel. And let's have a look at this one. Stats on this one, 261 is slightly stronger, John, just slightly. 261 there was bonded. What else we got going there? This one here was higher priced. So you got to actually, some of these may not be as much value as 271. So the price is higher, but the price may not be worth the slight increase in the fuel cell. This one here is going up in price. As we go down, it goes up in price. $98 for this one, and it's $254. So it's not as good value as some of the other ones earlier. So you do need to check the strength versus the cheaper price, because you may get it a lot cheaper. This one's $118 or 118. This is not on for sale though. 286. So this is getting a bit stronger. So if we go back out of there and we go all the way back down, let's scroll. There's heaps of fuel cells there. Look at the lows. Wow, heaps of them. So this is 120. Let's see whether this is actually more stronger. 251. So that's not even a way better deal. You can get that way cheaper further down. So people just overprice that relative to the cheapest one. This one here is $150. Let's see what that says. on the stats. 251. So yeah, these are way overpriced. You can get these way cheaper, John. At the very beginning, there was some already at 250, which is the minimum, right? So that's that you tell that it's too expensive. Let's go right down the bottom here. Maybe we might find something that's expensive that actually has a higher strength, making it more valuable. Let's go down here. Expended parts. These are parts that are gone. We'll look at this one. It's $300, and that's 251. So way overpriced, John. Way overpriced. You're definitely worth off there. There must be some around with higher strength amounts. Not sure how to filter for that though, with that part. So probably the same problem John's having there. Cool. All right. So those are the parts. We've looked at the ships and the parts. Once again, the big deal today, of course, is the fact that Proxima B is open. You can select that, select the starship, and on the way you will go, of course, to the destination. You'll go to your dashboard and you'll find that your ship will be in transit for a certain amount of hours. It will just depend on how good your ship is, how strong it is, and how much fuel you've got in it. And of course, once you get there on Proxima B, you'll be able to get much higher APY. Earth APY 7,000. The Proxima is 480. Now, this is the planet APY, so it doesn't represent what you're going to get. What really matters is what you're going to get is this ROI over 5 days, or this next reward for the next 8 hours. This is your 8-hour reward. This is your 5-day reward, but that does change as every 8 hours goes. Just take that into account as the APY falls on the planet. So this will fall as well. So at the moment, that's Earth is currently 7,000% APY on the planet, which has gone up since we've been doing the live stream, and it's 6% for the 5-day rate and 0.39% for the 8 hours. That compares to Proxima B at the moment, which has got 480,000%, so way more, and you're getting 12.31% on 5 days or 0.77. So that's over 2 times the higher yield on Proxima B at the moment. That's really what matters to you as a ship captain or investor. That is the key one there. We can spin the planet around, move that around, so it's pretty cool. All right, so cool on that. So that's that. I think we've probably covered a lot of that stuff. Let's see what else we got. So Prana says you need a minimum of 250 points to fuel to get a neighboring planet, and it will take you 24 hours. Yeah, that's what I understood. It was 24 hours. Thanks, Prana, for that. Prada is very knowledgeable of this game. John Atkins says it's quite poor that you have to click on each one, see how much fuel is being sold. Yeah, it seems to be. I'm not sure how the exact filter works. I haven't done enough on there myself to try and get a better filter there, John. John, you can actually filter by point range. You can. No, that's good to know. Let's have a look here. Trying to. Here we are. So you can filter by strength range here. So you can. So let's filter by strength here. Actually, I didn't even notice this here. Prana, well done. And it's filtered by the type. We're going to go fuels, John. So this might be what you want to do, John. So I've looked at these fuels here. The strength, I've got them really high strength. There's 2 on at the moment, but they're not for sale. Not for sale, John. They're just listed, but they're not for sale. Stats there. So whoa, this one is 9,266 out of 9,266. Really? Wow. But not for sale. Not for sale. Let's have a look at this other one. This one here is this one here is not for sale either. It's an 8757. So this is a super powerful fuel cell. There we are. So we found it, John. We found it. We worked it out. Thanks to Prana. Big shout out to Prana for that. We can actually change this around. Let's have a look here on filter. This is what I was looking for. I just didn't look down at the bottom left of the page there. We can actually put it in a range too. I like that. That's nice. So let's say we wanted to get something that was, let's say something a bit more modest, maybe something between 2.5 and 4. Let's have a look there. Nothing in there. No, nothing in there. So what about in this range? Let's go to 8,000. Let's have a look. Anything in there? There's a lot in there. So let's go higher then. Is it more than that? 5,000 to 7,000. Oh, there's lots in this range, but nothing's for sale. Nothing is for sale. Let's see what else we got. You can do the currency too, John. That's pretty cool. And what else we got? So let's go down. Let's go to 2.5, 2,000, and we'll do 1,000. Somewhere between that. How about that? Yeah, 1,000, 2,000. Nothing's for sale though, from the looks of it. So look at that one. Stats 1,000, and that's it. So interesting stuff there. Thanks for the right. Thank you, Prana. Yeah, we found that one. So you can custom it to 320 and see the results for everything that meets those points. Yeah, it really is cool. Yep, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, Prana, we're not worthy. Yeah, very, very cool stuff on there, Prana. Prana's getting ready for Prana ship. So Prana ship's going to be up soon. And you'll be flying around that place. So cool on that one. So there we are. You got nice cool filters there, I should say. That sounded like I was a foreign speaker in some other foreign country, wherever the foreign country might be. My country is a foreign country if you're not in this country. That kind of makes sense. So cool. What do we got? Other stuff going on there. Max speed ship 5K engine already docked on Proxima B up for grabs on OS as a discount 4K die. So people selling some ships there. Not to complain, but this feels a pretty weak return compared to what I'm accustomed to. I got a 2.6 warp staked on a new planet and getting around $10 US for this first rebase. I mean, yeah, it's free tokens, but it feels very low, especially for spending $500 in fuel to arrive quickly. We'll see if it actually only pays out 0.06 warp at the next rebase. This is my first own fork. My experience gives me the feeling that it is low as well. Maybe they're saving rewards for Planet 3 and 4. The incentive to own a big engine isn't really there if the small engine can reach the first rebase like you fuel with my feelings. Yeah, because it takes 24 hours for a small ship. That's 4 rebases, right? So 4 payments before the smaller ships get there is the delay. And of course, I guess the APY does fall quite a bit in that time. John Atkins says, next question, can you refuel while you're in flight? I don't think you can, John. Yeah, I don't think you can either, John. I don't think you can actually refuel. I probably should have got a drink because I'm blowing my words. Hey, we're going to finish the poll here. Let's have a look here. We're going to finish the poll and post that out. Man, just getting used. I'm so used to the blue on this channel, and then suddenly going purple for warp. That's pretty fancy. Pretty fancy pantsies. Prana says, yep, yes, you can see the fuel to use your trip and then set it on a journey, and it extends all the fuel you get up for that trip. Cheers, Prana. I may as well wait then. Yeah, so what I was going to say is I want to see people setting up spreadsheets and see whether they can make a profitable game out of the game. Obviously, you're going to have to play for many planets. You're going to have to slowly just keep jumping from planet to planet. So the fuel cell cost has got to be taken into account. You get all the ship parts, but the fuel cell cost is probably the big deal. So it's going to be interesting to see that play out. Nice. So there we are. All right. So let's see what the poll says. The polls come in. What planet APY strategy you're playing on and warp to transit to Proxima B 50%. So staking on planet Earth APY 16% already. Staking on planet Proxima B 16%. Trying to get a ship for Proxima B. So pretty much 2 votes and then 1 vote each for the 3 votes. Yeah, 3 votes. Sorry. Yeah, 3 votes. Is that 3 votes? No. 3 votes. 6 votes. 6 votes. 2. I don't know how that works out. 2 votes. So we got 50% anyway in Proxima B. So that's 3 votes. That's 3 votes. All right, cool. That's why the percentages round out. That's crazy. John says, I'm too old for all this. I just want to get my money back and get out. Not interested in battle, says John. So that's John's strategy. So people are going to have different strategies. Looks like some people are going to be trying to get as much APY. Other people are going to be trying to exit early. So we'll see how that all ends up at the end of the day. So yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch this play out. How we're doing? Time pretty good. Let's jump over to the market. So the market's still at $536 for warp, and that had a nice little rebounce at this moment. It was probably pretty cool for the live stream, to be honest. And Planet Proxima B is open. I probably said all I can. I was hoping that would get a few people on the live stream talking about their ships and their ship strategies, particularly you want to have a spreadsheet for this game, imagine, because you want to know exactly what your profitability is versus your costs. You have your investment, your initial entry, your capital. Then, of course, you're going to have costs of fuel and things like that. And, of course, over time, you're going to have to see what your APY is as you jump to planet. You probably want to be pretty early on those as well to get there with the high APY to increase your chances. So it's going to be pretty fascinating to see that. Prana said some people are just getting at least 4 ships to dock on Earth, each planets 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I guess that's probably the better strategy from that point. And then get stronger ships for battles and maybe faster ships to lead the fleet for APY. Yeah, I think there's probably some good comments there, Prana, on that. So let's go in there. All right, so hey everybody, thanks for watching. And Prana, I'll probably catch up with you on Discord. We'll probably talk about something soon. So hopefully, if you're free for a few minutes, we'll do that. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, of course, share as well. Leave your comments. I do respond to every comment. And yeah, this was full on a live stream about Warp today because the three big things have happened. The bonds were launched about 12, 13 days ago. We've had the Planet B open up, and of course the shipbuilding has opened up as well. So it has been pretty cool. Hope John says thank you, Superman. Great information for you and Prana. Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to Prana for providing a lot of extra insights today. Very cool. And we're going to try again and try and get a few people on talk about their strategies at some stage. That'd be very cool. So hope you guys enjoy yourself. Take care now. We'll be talking about Axion tomorrow, of course. Back on the live stream tomorrow will be about Axion. We like to mix it up on this channel for sure. Very cool. All right, take care. Let me find the end button. I'm just going to find some emojis here. Got a couple of new emojis here, of course, with the teams there. So you can see I've added on some Axion ones there. So nice, looking good. So if you're an Axion token member, you can use those. John knows how to use those. John can paste us a couple of Axion emojis there. And of course, CC was in here earlier. Very cool. All right, take care now. I will catch you later in the Discord. Bye for now.